All right, Allison, thanks so much. I want to get to some breaking news tonight. We're expected to learn more information now about a deadly shooting involving a Covington police officer.
Yeah, this all happened earlier this month when that officer killed a man during a fight in a residential neighborhood. We're tuning in now to a press conference with the Commonwealth Attorney Rob Sanders. Let's listen in.
In Boone County in July of 2011, for which he received a sentence of 180 days. A fleeing police first degree here in Kenton County in April of 2012. He received a sentence of 2 years. That sentence was originally probated for 3 years. However, that sentence was revoked due to probation violations. A possession of marijuana, for which he received a 7-day sentence in Kenton County in October of 2013. Burglary third degree, for which he received a 5-year sentence in December of 2014, which ran consecutively to a theft conviction, which he also received a 5-year sentence on in December of 2014 for a total sentence of 10 years in prison, as well as an assault fourth degree conviction for which he served 90 days back in June of 2013. And with credit for time served, he was released from that misdemeanor conviction and sentence shortly prior to the incident that leads us here today. The Covington police officer involved is Specialist Ethan Livingood. Specialist Livingood has been serving the Covington Police Department since April of 2016. He is currently assigned as a patrolman. He also serves as a field training officer, a bike patrol officer, and a member of the SWAT team. He has no disciplinary write-ups in his personnel file at this time. On July 9th of 2023, the initial call, which has been provided to you on the flash drives in its entirety, was from a citizen on Oakland Avenue who reported a suspicious subject, or at least that's the way it was coded into the CAD system, and that's what the dispatch was for. The caller reported to the 911 center that an individual he saw acting bizarrely and striking a car, damaging a car on Oakland Avenue. And the person that did that damage to the car, when confronted by the 911 caller, then threatened the caller and left on foot, headed towards the Licking River. Officer Livingood encountered Garen Patey in the 1900 block of Glenway Avenue, and as you'll see, he was acting erratically. Specialist Livingood was the first officer on scene. Just about 1 minute into that encounter, Patey charges Livingood with his fist balled, obviously intending to attack Specialist Livingood approximately 1 minute after Livingood arrived on the scene. Specialist Livingood deployed his taser 2 times, both of which struck Mr. Patey and had minimal to no effect. Livingood was knocked to the ground and punched repeatedly. Patey then attempts to steal the officer's sidearm. During the struggle, Patey is shot. However, after the first shot, the gun jams. Despite being shot 1 time at that point, Patey continues punching Specialist Livingood. Livingood is able to clear the jam on his weapon and then fires several more rounds. Garen Patey is shot 7 times, including wounds to his neck, his left arm, his left lung, and several rounds to the abdominal area. Patey did not stop advancing on Livingood until 2 of the shots fractured his pelvis, dropping him to the ground. Livingood stops firing and is preparing to render aid when other officers arrive on the scene and take over first aid. Patey was transported by the Covington Fire Department to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, where unfortunately he died from his wounds. Livingood suffered non-life-threatening cuts and bruises, mostly superficial wounds. Per our local protocol, the Kentucky State Police were called in to conduct an independent investigation, as we always do anytime there is an officer use of force resulting in injury to a member of the public. That investigation was led by Kentucky State Police Sergeant Josh Howard of KSP Post 6 in Dry Ridge. This body-worn camera video that we are going to play today is approximately 8.5 minutes long. The altercation itself is over in less than 2 minutes, and 2 minutes into the video, I should say. The altercation itself probably lasts less than a minute in terms of the length of the altercation. However, there was a few seconds where Livingood has arrived on scene before the actual confrontation starts. Going to warn you again that this is unedited video. We would ask you to please edit the video as is appropriate per FCC standards before it is broadcast on TV. But since I know some of you are broadcasting live on the internet, we're going to ask you to be very careful about what you show in respect for the Patey family. Although I realize that you are obviously not going to broadcast all 8.5 minutes on your news broadcast, I'm going to play the video in its entirety because I think it's important for the people that are reporting on this story to see the effects that this altercation had on Specialist Livingood.
So you've been listening there to the Kenton County prosecutor, Rob Sanders, and he's walking us through what happened during an officer-involved shooting that happened a little earlier this month over in the Covington area. Essentially, the prosecutor is saying that this officer has been cleared, that when they approached the man who was shot and killed by that officer, Specialist Ethan Livingood, that he went at the officer multiple times trying to get his weapon, hitting the officer. Finally, the officer ended up shooting and eventually killing that suspect. Again, his name is Gavin Patey. We're not going to play that video for you live on television because we heard it is very graphic. So we're going to review it and then we'll share portions of it that are airable at a later date, a little later on in our 90 minutes of news.
That's right, and we will update this story throughout the newscast. WLWT News 5